Yer.
Yo,
What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? Y'all know what it is. Regular Reg in the building.
talk your shit. What's going on? What's
Uh,
going on?
I don't know, man. I'm having it's just the rainy, the
Bruh,
rainy. Oh
I feel
God.
like I live in like fucking Brixton,
It's-
London.
It's
It's been raining for like 2 weeks now, man. I'm over it.
you know what's crazy? I kind of like the rain.
Nah, I hate all that shit.
No, I'm a fan of the rain. I'm not a fan of the cold,
Yeah.
but the rain I could live with. And then I think the rain just brings out the worst in people.
I'm one of those seasonal depression people. Like, it's
Mm.
perfect. I was born the first day of summer. I love it sunny.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
even
true.
the heat, I'm not a big fan of like being OD hot
Yeah,
all
yeah.
the time, but I just like when it's a bright day.
No.
That really does affect like my mood and everything. But
Well, I prefer the heat, but and the sun.
yeah.
But I will say, like, when it's raining, it makes me feel like I gotta focus. This is the time I gotta go do other things.
That
Or I
shit
gotta.
make me want to sleep because I'm like, I don't want to step out there right now at all. So I'm gonna call out of work. I'm gonna call out of school. I'm gonna call out of anything.
Ain't nothing getting done.
Which is weird that I never do any of these things, but I just think
You
that I
just
should.
think this is what this is. If there's any day that I could do
I
it,
never follow through with any of these things.
it's rainy. I'm calling out.
Yeah.
Not really. I needs the money.
Word.
Nah, man. Today we talked about this last time, but the shady emails thing is a thing, man.
Oh, it's an OD
It's-
thing.
it's-
We ain't talking about that on air. We talking
We
about
no,
that
I know.
like,
Yeah. We talked about it personally right before, but that shady
Nah,
emails
man,
thing.
you gotta send the shady email every now and then.
Nah, man. I be reading people's emails like,
Tell a motherfucker about themselves.
like you coming? No, for me. Nigga, you coming for me? Like, I don't know.
See, I try not to read it unless it's like this person is just crossing the line. If
Yeah.
I get enough emails from you and I know when you're being passive aggressive and stuff like that, then I'll be like, all right, chill
For
the
me,
fuck out.
it's also the as pers.
Yeah.
As per my last email, nigga, you can't read. Is that kind of shit? Like, I'm
Yeah.
not
Sometimes you miss it though.
here for the shade. I'm not here for the shade. But I gotta.
How you feel about just following up? Is that shady?
Nah,
Alright.
not if I didn't answer.
All right, cool.
No,
Because
no,
I'm like,
no.
we gotta be able to like.
Like, if I didn't answer the email, clearly you have to follow up. Like, there's nothing. You know what I mean? I can't be mad at that.
Yeah.
But to me, there's a little more like I read an email where somebody said something didn't fall out the sky or something. I'm like, whoa.
Them fighting words.
I'm like, yo, so it's on site when we see each other?
Sounds like fighting words to me.
Ain't nothing, man. I don't play that game. If I see you, I'ma see you. Don't worry about it. I'ma see you. Nah, but other than that, how's your day been, man?
My day's been active.
All right.
Went to work super late, got up early and voted. Picked the worst day to fucking vote. Wasn't good, the fucking rain, but I was like, I don't really feel like doing it on my weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll just get it over with now.
And it's also like that nasty rain too. It's like that misty.
Yo, New York has disgusting rain, man. You could be somewhere on an island, you could be in Florida, and it rains, and it's not the same as when you're in New York,
Yeah.
just fucking soaking,
Yeah.
and your socks are wet.
Oh, wet socks is the end of the
that
day.
shit pisses me off, son. Wet socks, and then when the shoes are squeaking in like hallways,
Yo.
I hate that shit, son.
See that
I
I could
hate that
I
shit.
hate it, but I could live with it. It's the wet socks that I'm just
Yeah,
like,
oh my god,
oh, just
you gotta hold on like 2 pairs, man.
see that's
Yeah,
those.
really.
That's when I call out of work.
Yeah,
Like, I'm on my way. If my socks get wet, I'm going back
fuck
home.
it, I'm
Like,
going
I'm
home,
done. The
man.
day's done.
Word. I hate that shit.
Nah, man. Did you see the BT Awards?
Absolutely not.
Me neither.
I don't even know how they're having awards in 2020, but you know what?
Well, they're
I
doing the
like
video
when I
shits.
see like normal things occur.
Yeah,
Like in
especially
this-
nowadays. Yeah. For me, I like the fact that they're innovating.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's like I wonder how much of this we're gonna keep
Not
after.
not to go off track, but I
Mhm.
was watching that David Letterman show on Netflix. I
Yeah, I
was
saw-
watching the Chappelle one, and I just liked how we could not do anything till 2022, or
Or-
we could figure out ways to make it work.
Yeah. Did you see the first season?
Nah, I didn't see any of that.
Okay,
I had no interest in it, but I saw Dave Chappelle. I was like, you know what? I'll watch anything Dave Chappelle.
Anything Dave
Yeah.
Chappelle and I'm with it. You know that.
I'll
You know
watch
that. As soon as Dave
anything
Chappelle, I hear Dave Chappelle.
Yeah.
All right, I gotta watch. I saw Kanye's from
Dave-
his season, his
Dave,
first season.
Dave Chappelle could be reading the fucking news to us. I'll
Right.
watch it. I'm like, all right.
Just getting it. You gonna be like, you know what, man? This could be interesting.
Mm.
But yeah, nah, I didn't watch it. I'm not a big
Yeah.
I'm not an awards
Yeah.
person. I realized like I'm not really a fan of anyone
I've
anymore.
never lived. I mean, we too old for most of like we gonna be asking who is this motherfucker half the time. You know,
Yeah.
watching like certain things.
Actually, I'm not gonna lie. This is why I am still a fan because I had only reason I bring it up is because I was on Facebook and some dude said that like that we was rolling off their awards and some dude said that Meg Thee Stallion won for something that she shouldn't have.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I was like, you know what, I want to talk to that because
Mhm.
I felt like there were other like I don't want to get into it specifics. I'm just gonna go
Mhm.
through it and you let me know what makes sense.
How many did she win?
I don't know how many she
Okay,
won.
that'll determine if I would agree with that or not.
All right, well, Hip Hop Artist of the Year is what she did win.
Mm-hmm. I can't argue with that.
Okay, between DaBaby, Drake, Future, Lil Baby, and Roddy Ricch, Meg Thee Stallion won Hip Hop Artist of the
You
Year.
can't see that. I feel
No,
like
no.
I hear about Meg Thee Stallion
no.
way more than the rest
If
of them.
we said the biggest star of the year, maybe.
Reggie, you know how this goes already.
Yes, but we can't not argue it.
Hold on.
Like,
So let's argue
Mhm.
it. Who gets talked about the most out of all
Meg Thee
these?
Stallion.
Then you also have to put the fact that she has hit records.
Okay, that's
People
true.
want to put her on songs. Is she gonna check off A in every box? No, but I think she checks out an A in most of the boxes where you be like, okay, let me check all the criterias,
Mhm.
put it all together, and
Mhm.
I don't disagree with that.
No. I don't disagree with. I get what you're saying. I
Was the
understand.
baby on that?
Yes.
Okay.
DaBaby actually got nominated for 12 things and won nothing.
I have a problem with that.
That's a problem.
I have a problem
how,
with
how
that.
DaBaby don't win nothing?
You better give me anything, man.
Like, okay.
Revolutionary award, something, man. I gotta give me something. I saw that too, and I was like, I don't like when y'all do that. Don't put me on bad shit to shit on me at the end of the day.
Well, that's why for me though, what I do is I go through it and I go, did you really lose this one? Because sometimes people really did just lose. Like
13? No, like what number do you have? Like 9 or 13? Like come on, man.
like with what's his name, Leonardo DiCaprio. Every time he was up, the year he won, he deserved it. But every time he was up for it, like he always was up for it and didn't win. But then when you saw who he lost against,
like,
you're
you understand why
you
they
get-
lose. But
yeah,
then
yeah.
but then the award, they look back at it and they're like, hold up. You start to feel like I went somewhere wrong.
Yeah,
If
like,
this dude
if
never, like I went.
clearly.
Could I really be right if this nigga that just keeps on delivering never won anything?
See that for me, I thought Meg Thee Stallion should have lost to Lil Baby.
Mm-hmm.
Lil Baby's the top selling. He has the top selling album of all the people on this list.
Mm-hmm.
And then on top of that, I think he showed that he can be like diverse when he did that song, the song about during quarantine, like about like all the black issues that going on. I forgot the name escapes me at the moment. I think it was something's better than black, more than black and white.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah,
But he ripped that.
Mm-hmm.
And to me, whenever you can make positivity sound lit, I got to give it to you.
Yeah.
Because not many people do that in my eyes. Like, there's very few people. Like, I remember when I heard the gospel album that, what's his name, dropped.
Kanye.
No, well, Kanye, yeah.
Oh,
But
Chance the Rapper?
Chance. That was like one of those times where I'm like, nah, this was fire.
Mhm.
I mean, he didn't do the best after that to me.
You
but
like the Kanye one too?
yes, I did. I'm a big fan. Life of Pablo was fire.
That's why I'm like,
Absolute fire. No, but I mean,
Chance did it first.
Chance was on that before Kanye
Yeah,
was.
Kanye
So that's
did
why
steal that from
he
Chance.
stole that from Chance. But he did the same. I mean, if you really want to get down to it, he did the same thing to Kid Cudi.
Yeah.
Kid Cudi was on that dark emo music
'Cause
way before Kanye was.
That album he put out with I already forgot the name of that album.
808 and Heartbreak?
With Designer in it. He put Chance's song, basically what was Chance's song.
Oh, Life of Pablo.
Ultralight Beams.
Yes.
Yeah, he put
Yeah,
that.
that
That's
was-
basically a Chance song that he put at the beginning of the album.
Yeah, except it's produced by Kanye, and the best part of that song was the production.
Mhm.
Like, he produced the shit out of that song. That song was a
Now,
production.
the entirety of that
Song was
fire.
amazing. So I got to give Kanye that. If you did everything else, you know what I mean? But
Yeah.
it was, I would say that is Chance's sound
Yeah, it's
more
Chance
than I would
us.
say it's Kanye.
Yeah.
Exactly. So, you know what I mean? When I hear that and I hear the positivity, that's why I was like, Lil Baby should have.
Yeah.
I think also because of sales, he smoked everybody.
I think, yeah, but when you talk, I feel like I would give it to The Baby or Meg Thee Stallion. Like, I understand why you say Lil Baby, but I just feel like their run has been for the last 16 months. I don't know, like 2 years or
Something like that. Year and a half, 2 years, yeah.
They've had a little bit of a run.
No, they have.
They've had
I
a
just
bit-
think that from the grassroots
Yeah.
like feeling of it, when I hear Lil Baby, it's like he has. I haven't even heard a verse he hasn't ripped.
Mm-hmm.
Then he had that whenever you have a dance song,
Yeah.
like and then the verses on that dance song was fire. Like, I gotta give it to him.
Mm.
He's to me, Lil Baby is one of the best flow lyricists out now
Mm-hmm.
because he still could rap, and you would think he can't because he got the down south accent.
Mm-hmm.
And down south, as soon as you hear the accent, you think trap bullshit nonsense.
Yeah.
That's what you think. But then when you hear him rapping, you're like, wait, he's saying something. So it's like that's why I felt like it could have been him because he's more versatile when it comes to like lyricism, and he sold more than her,
Mm-hmm.
and he's been out for longer than the both of them,
Mm-hmm.
and he's been doing it at this level for the whole time. So I would even when he came out with the
The
mixtape.
whole time. He's had a trajectory up.
I mean, yes, but from the moment I heard about him,
Yeah.
which was maybe 2 years ago, from the moment I heard from him up to now, he's been ripping it.
Yeah.
You
Yo,
mean-
can we turn the AC up in here, my nigga? I'm fucking burning it.
That's what happens when you got a beard and muscles, man. So you got to get
Yo.
skinny like me. You get more frail,
Reggie about to put on a fur. He's
right? It's just a little chilly in here, sir. Can we put the heat up? Thank you.
Like, nigga trying- Yo, it smell like heat in here.
No, you know that project heat.
It smell like heat
You
in
can tell
here.
as renovated as these buildings be, when the heat go on, you know the old buildings.
Word.
You know you smell that
This shit
heat.
smell like heat.
Nah, man. Yo, that pole that be in the buildings, in the project building,
Yeah.
that you never know is hot. You touch it,
touch
burn your head.
Damn.
Yeah, but sorry. Yeah.
What else happened?
Who else was in there? Best hip hop video, Life is Good,
Life is good.
with Future and Drake. I'd say yes.
That was a dope video. I like
That was a dope video. I liked it.
Yeah.
It was inventive.
Yeah,
They thought about it. The only other one that was fucking with it is the Babies,
Mm-hmm.
cause that dance sequence.
Which video?
I think.
I'm a horrible video.
Well,
person,
he said, yeah. Well, he said they said rock. They put it for Rockstar. No, Bop. It was called Bop. Yep,
Okay.
it was Bop. He has two. Yo, get this. He's nominated for 2 best hip hop videos, Bop and Rockstar,
Mhm.
and Future and Drake one. It's like
Yeah.
that one. If there was one, I get that one. Like it's like
Yeah.
Future and Drake. Song of the Year, The Box, by Roddy Ricch.
That one?
Yeah.
Song of the year? I gotta think. I mean, it's definitely top there.
I mean, you know what I mean? I can't forget
It's
that.
definitely
So I-
top there. Up there. Yeah.
yeah, it's up there. It's all right. And Meg Thee Stallion was in that with Savage. Who else was in there? The Baby again. Yo, The Baby's Bop and Rockstar were in this one too.
Damn.
They fucking with him. They don't mess with him. They doing that on purpose. Hip Hop Album of the Year, Roddy Ricch. Against The Babies, Blame It on Baby.
Mm-hmm.
The Baby's in here twice too.
Album?
Yes.
Oh yeah, he did put out
He
2
put
albums.
well, one was more of a
Nah,
mixtape,
nah,
but
nah,
nowadays,
I'm taking Roddy Ricch over.
yeah, Roddy Ricch, yeah, he was. I heard both albums, and I heard all 3 albums. I think his was better. Best collaboration: Meg Thee Stallion and Beyonce.
She gotta be. She probably got nominated 3 times for this one.
Meg Thee Stallion, Nicki Minaj. Yep, Hot Girl Summer, and
No Cardi. Oh, that's probably too new.
it's just too hot for them. They're not ready for it. They're not
Oh.
ready for that level of heat.
Go Cape.
It's like this. Oh.
Reggie go Cape for his favorite song.
I am a WAP fan. I don't care what nobody says. Y'all not
Wow,
taking this from
this
me.
nigga start caping.
I refuse. Nah, man. It was just too hot for TV for them.
Yo,
They didn't want to send out the
Nah,
wrong message to
they-
little boys and little girls everywhere.
They want to be unfair.
Yeah, they would have smoked everybody. So, all right, I'll let y'all get that off. I get why y'all did that. Best duo, Chris Brown and Young Thug, winner.
Best duo.
Yeah.
I mean, I would say that was Song of the Summer.
Yeah.
So
Did
I
City
could
Girls do
understand.
anything? Because they would be the best duo in general.
Nah, because I think their song was like a year old. The
Oh,
joint
okay.
with what's that shit with Lil Yachty he wrote?
Yeah, I mean, I heard of it. I don't know nothing about City Girls, to be completely honest. Best new hip hop artist, Pop Smoke. Yes.
Yeah, I could
Yeah,
go with
that's I'll give that. Best live performer, Travis Scott.
I could go with
Yeah,
that.
I'll say yes. I've seen him enough times. He's fire.
Travis Scott, just a little information. Travis Scott out here saving McDonald's ass, by the way.
Yes, yo,
McDonald's out here getting sued by mad black franchise franchisees, but on the low, they gave Travis Scott a little deal. Niggas forgot about all of that.
Yo,
They
Travis
stock
Scott
is
make
doing
them
great.
a shirt line. He make them a couple
Yo.
shoes, and all of a sudden people forget that they getting
McDonald's
sued.
out here being MAGA, son. They give Travis Scott the bag and say, yo, we not getting this bad publicity.
I mean, to me, I'm not gonna lie to you. I look at Travis Scott. I was like, that was a really smart move on his part. Because he's doing them a solid, to be honest.
Smart room on their part. They're like, we getting sued. by
Yeah,
like
it's
30 people.
What they getting sued for?
A bunch of like black franchise owners. They feel like there's a lot of like, discrimination things going on within the franchise of them.
Oh, within the franchise itself, not other
McDonald's,
companies.
yeah.
Okay.
No, within McDonald's.
Within
So
McDonald's.
they're like putting together a lawsuit for McDonald's.
It could go either way. I could see it going either way. I would not be surprised if McDonald's is racist. like, you know what I mean? Because they got good, you know what the problem is? Sometimes the commercials will catch you slipping because they're so like diverse in the commercials, and it's always like a Spanish woman
they
and a
try to
black
make
person.
money.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
Has
So it's
nothing
like
to do with the business.
yeah,
dealings.
but when you think about that, you be in your head like McDonald's.
Yeah.
It's the same way I thought of Apple too. You know what I mean? Apple's so diverse in their commercials and their promotion that then you hear something racist and you go Apple.
And then you fly to Silicon Valley
And you find out.
then you find out what's going on out there.
99.9% white. Video director of the year, Tiana Spike Lee. I don't know anything about that.
I don't know. Spike Lee.
Tiana Spike Lee Taylor, winner. That's what. That's what they put the name. Yo, y'all are annoying. I know Tiana asked for that. She looked like the type to be like, make sure y'all put Tiana Spike Lee Taylor in there. Oh man, that's funny. DJ of the year, D Nice.
Yeah, I'll give him that. That's
Yes,
the dude that had the quarantine
yes.
during that time. Nah, he was doing his thing.
He killed it.
He did his
killed
thing.
it. Okay,
I
I'll
would
give
him
it
that, especially for 20. Nigga, he just hopped on that real quick for like a 2020 thing. That was very innovative.
It was very innovative and the thing was he wasn't playing music from now. He was playing all types of music. So it was like
he created a vibe all the time.
Exactly.
And the vibe we needed at that time,
Oh, producer of the year. I know you're gonna go with this. Hit Boy. Hit Boy's producer of the year.
That
Yo,
nigga's on a run
first
right
of
now.
all, that Benny.
That man's on a run right now.
That Benny proof of yo.
They gave
burden
him
of
that
proof?
award. He won that.
No, Benny ain't win that.
No, I'm
No,
saying
he won that. Yeah, he won that.
No, I agree with that.
That Benny is. Oh my God.
Benny, King's Disease, and he could change up the style in the production. That's the beautiful part about his work.
All the beats
He
don't
knows
sound the same.
Who I'm working with is who I'm gonna make
This beat
project for.
Yeah. That was really it's you know what I mean? You wouldn't know it's like a Hit Boy beat for sure.
It's not like, okay, I'm looking for this specific type of beat. He's gonna be like, nah, we gonna vibe.
We're gonna vibe and see how it goes. All right. Best hip hop platform, Joe Budden podcast. Joe Budden podcast. I mean,
I could agree with that.
because this,
especially in 2020.
yeah, and then okay, because Complex was in there, Hip Hop DX, hot new hip hop. I don't know.
Joe Budden podcast winning all.
The Breakfast Club is the Breakfast Club, Joe Budden, Shade Room, XXL. XXL been an L for
Shade Room is not. I would give it to Shade Room, but Shade Room ain't hip hop.
They ain't hip hop. That's
Shade
not
Room
enough.
just
Yeah,
shady. That's what
they
they
just
are.
they are the shade.
I love how the
room.
Shade Room start in I be up mad early. They start every morning with the most positive shit ever,
And then end the day roasting
and
niggas.
then it's downhill from there. So.
They'll be like, God is good and
Yo,
no God is good.
It'd be like 6 in the morning. And after that, it's
Yo,
over.
They like, we done with all that positive
Son,
bullshit.
And another, whoever work at the Shade Room, y'all better go start applying for the federal government. Y'all some fucking investigators. I don't know how y'all find half the shit y'all find.
Bro, I feel like they be finding stuff before it happens. Like it's about to happen. The Shade Room be posting it already.
I really be looking at this shit just crying like all day with the shit
Yeah,
that they do.
at this point, and what's funny is they're throwing shade, but they're a legitimate source of news.
Yeah, off
They,
point.
like their stories are very rarely ever wrong.
The new TMZ. That's what I call
exactly.
them.
Yeah,
They're
yeah.
the new TMZ.
So I'll give them the Joe Budden podcast for that. What else? Beyonce, Savage, Sweet 16, best featured verse.
What are we talking about?
That's what it says. It says Sweet 16, best featured verse, and they're saying Beyonce won it for Savage.
Okay, I get that.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
It's like whoever's featured on a song.
And I could say that because Beyonce ripped that Savage feature.
What else was on there?
Bia, Best on Earth, Russ featuring Bia. Best on Earth was actually a good song. And I remember Bia's verse. It was. I don't like Russ for the most part. Well, I didn't.
Yeah, I don't have no problem with Russ.
I didn't. I'll say that. But I'm now starting. And you know what it is? I don't like Russ himself. Like he be trying to he don't let nobody give him his flowers. He's always trying to get his own flowers.
I think it was also how he came. He's a little tainted with how he came out the gate. They was clowning him 24/7.
Yeah.
And I like how he did it. He put pause on a couple niggas. He put out some good music, and then he fell back.
Well,
I can't be mad at that.
No, you're right. When you timeline it, I guess when you timeline it.
Mad at that,
but my thing was more so.
I get why you're because he looked kind of like he was a corny person.
Yeah, it's not even just because he looked, but when he talks, it's like let us give you that. Like stop bragging on yourself. I get it at maybe once or twice. Telling people about yourself so people can hear you because they've been shitting on you for so long. So you could be like, who does this? Who does that? I love when people get in their bag. But the thing is, every interview, he's sucking himself off. I'm like, bro, let somebody, you know what I mean? This is a job for another person. This isn't, you can't always do that to yourself.
I think that's a reaction of the hate.
No, it definitely was. I'm just saying you could tell, you know what I mean? And I would rather not. But other than that, recently when I hear his music, I'm like, this is pretty good.
Yeah.
So there was that Post Malone, Cardi B on Writings on the Wall, Future on Roses, Roddy Ricch on Rockstar, Travis Scott on Hot. Yeah, Beyonce won that. Yeah, Beyonce won that.
Problem with that.
Impact track. This is interesting. It says Lil Baby, the Bigger Picture. That's the song I was talking about. That's the song. They made that for him because that song was that fire.
What else is on there?
Anderson .Paak and J Rock, Lockdown. The Baby and Roddy Ricch, Rockstar. Damn, they did him grimes. J. Cole, Snow on the Bluff. Rhapsody. Rhapsody won Best New Lyricist.
I could take that.
Yeah.
She's a spitter.
Yeah. But she won against J. Cole.
Best
J. Cole
new
was in
lyricist
there.
Or best lyricist?
Best lyricist of this year.
Yeah.
That's controversial for me.
Wow.
Best lyricist against J. Cole after he dropped Snow on the Bluff. The two songs he dropped alone were the most lyrical songs I've heard all year.
She ain't put out like an album or something, no?
I don't see this is the thing. I do not follow her enough.
Okay.
But my thing is I've heard enough verses that I'm sure they're not wrong. I'm sure it's close, so I can't really gauge this one, but I will say that J. Cole's Snow on the Bluff was outrageous. He black.
I have no problem with her.
But I have no problem. Yeah. I still am good with that.
I've heard enough of her to know she's capable of winning that.
Yeah. It says Best International Flow, Stormzy.
Skepta. Oh, okay.
Stormzy.
Shouts out to Stormzy.
I don't know these people.
UK.
Yeah, no. Yeah, but that's
I love the UK dudes.
Yeah, that's neither here nor there. Yeah, that was it. I think.
That's it.
Yeah. And then they had performances and all that stuff.
Let's keep the hip hop. I'm not an award person, but I do like the hip hop award. Let's continue to actually make that a thing.
You know what I liked about it?
Let's continue to value that.
Yes.
Stop crying over. I understand why niggas is crying over Grammys because it puts their price up.
Yeah.
I know, but you gotta make shit valuable. You can't always make other people make things.
I was gonna say, like why don't we make this one the prestigious award for us? You know what I mean? Because and that's why I say when I see things like in the BET Awards, the hip hop awards, where like Meg Thee Stallion's winning. Best song,
and none of them are there to take the award. That always happens.
Mad disrespect.
I was like, why y'all don't ever show up for this? But then the Grammy come around, everybody would have fucking cried.
But that's my thing. It's like that's why I felt like Lil Baby should have won, only because this is more of a cultural. This isn't the Grammys, so it's like the Grammys will take that all into play. Your star power. They'll consider all. The Grammys is not an award for who made the best album or who made. It really is an award for who had the most. Who was the most popular mixed with who had a good... It's a good mix of how good the album was sometimes and who was the most popular.
It's all politics.
It's all politics. So that's why when I see the BET Hip Hop Awards and I see Meg Thee Stallion one, it gives me the vibes of like, okay, we got to protect black women. We got to jump on that bandwagon.
I don't think it's that.
Well, that's why we were talking about it most of the year. Most of this year we were talking about was her feet.
Meg Thee Stallion put out a bunch of music
yes,
also.
But we talked more about her feet than we did her music.
We got to look up her streaming numbers.
No, I'm sure her numbers is crazy.
We got to look
No, I'm sure her numbers is crazy. I'm just saying, I feel like if we're going to look at it from a hip-hop perspective, there were better artists. I think the Baby and Lil Baby
Nah,
could have took her in
there are
just
better
hip hop.
artists, but there are other boxes to check outside of the better artists.
Fair
Like I said, and when it comes to selecting a winner in all these,
Yeah. But yeah, and I like the fact that they had a cypher with like old school R&B women.
I saw that, but I also ain't see it.
I'm not a big fan, but I like that they did it because Brandy kind of went off.
Yeah.
Tiana
was
definitely
on that.
went off. Yeah, she definitely
Erica
went off.
Badu, she was on that too, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Erica Badu. That is my soul bitch for life.
OD.
I love that woman. Like,
Facts.
I'm sorry. She weird as hell, and I never want to get a piece of that pussy because apparently it drives niggas crazy.
She gonna have Reggie wrapping his hair in a Badui too.
Yo,
You gonna be sitting Indian
I'm gonna
style
be
in a park.
meditating in no time with my boo, Erica.
Yo.
I love that woman.
Nah, shouts out to
She's
Erica
one of those
Badu,
women that I'll
man.
change for.
Yeah.
We got to do it, man. I'm sorry. I had to do it.
What happened?
Did
We bringing the same old topic? What's going on?
we're bringing the same old topic. I'm sorry, guys. We've been investigating this for months now. Tory coming out and having that conversation
In his phone?
in his phone. Yes, him talking to having the Instagram live. Did you hear any of it?
No. I try to listen to clips, but he wasn't like saying, this is it or this is. Tory Lanez, just continue living your life, man.
Bro.
Like, when the court case happens, we'll find out.
We'll find out what really happened.
At this point, I don't want to hear either.
I'm done hearing them, but I will say, this didn't help your case, bro. Like, I watched the clips. I didn't watch the whole thing. And when I watched the clips, I just kind of, it gave me cheating ass nigga getting caught vibes.
Mhm.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, he was stuttering. He was like, and you know when somebody does the thing where they're like, yo, they claim I shot her or whatever. I'm like, oh, well, tell us. You were there. You know what I mean? And he's like, but like the bullet, like she didn't have no ligament fragments, no nothing broke, but she got shot at her feet. I'm not saying, and he kept backpedaling to go, I'm not saying what she went through wasn't traumatizing. I don't understand. The black women deserve it. But then he'll go and refute it with all the evidence that seems like maybe she didn't get shot.
Mhm.
I'm like, nigga, somebody pulled out this gun.
Seems like she didn't get shot, or seems like she didn't get shot by him.
That's what I'm like,
Which one?
somebody pulled out this gun and pulled the trigger.
Which one?
And it landed on her feet somehow.
Yeah.
So I'm like, bruh, you talking about all the evidence around it, but the reality is, did you shoot her? Did you pull that trigger? And if you didn't pull that trigger, did you pull out the gun?
Mhm.
Like, until y'all niggas ready to answer that question, I don't want to hear nothing else.
I
Like,
mean, they claim it's his gun, so
it's his gun, but maybe,
Rip.
you know what I mean?
With what the evidence provides at this time.
Yeah, at this point, let's just get to the case.
Yeah.
Not much else happened. It wasn't really, but yeah, I'm a big. So I wanted to talk about the BET Awards from this perspective because I'm a big fan of the concept of, we're all black, like for the movement of black people, of culture
and
hip hop
as well.
But I will say that I always thought BET was like, back in the days, I used to think it was like the wackest one, because it was kind of boot.
Mhm.
It was like the Soul Train Awards back in the days. But now I'm looking at it and I'm just like, the way when we talked about Jackie Robinson and we were talking about how he should have maybe possibly stayed in the Negro Leagues as opposed to going. It's like, now I want it to be more pushed. I want.
I've always wanted to be more pushed. To me, my perspective is always like, BET Awards started years after the rest of the other awards, so of course they're going to be behind it. Plus, it's
True.
BET.
True. The plus is BET.
It's going to need a little bit more time before things start to get good. You know,
Yeah.
Especially even that we talk about the BET Awards. Then you talk about the Hip Hop Awards. They used to have a parking lot full of trailers of rappers that did not like each other back in the day.
Yes, that's true.
And
That's
we wonder
true.
why niggas was getting beat up all the time.
That's true. That's true. Yo, you don't understand. If you rapped against someone back in the days,
Yeah,
it was
man,
actually on site when they saw each
that
other.
was- that was like the bottom of the bottom. I like shit like that.
Yes.
I used to love hearing about rappers
fucking Source
like,
Awards.
meet each other after talking mad shit on tracks. I like that.
Who really bout it?
Word.
Who really bout it?
People wasn't fans of that though, but hey.
I mean, eventually what happens is venues can't be holding out for.
Word.
Y'all can't be beating
Nah,
each other up at our venues.
And they also started chilling out. Certain people, you make enough money, all right.
All right, I've done enough.
I can't do too much.
I've done enough. Whitney Houston becomes first black artist to earn third diamond album.
Shouts out to Whitney Houston.
That's
I'm
amazing.
not mad at that.
That's amazing. 3 diamond albums? Having one is
I hope that money going to the right place.
yeah, me too, man. Me too. I don't know who
Yeah.
gets that now.
I have no clue.
Daughters-
What her contract is like. So
No, but I mean the daughter's, not here anymore.
does the label own her music? It depends.
Oh shit. Kanye, get on it.
Word.
Get on it, Kanye. We need to get that money to the right people.
Kanye.
I mean, and did you see his Joe Rogan
No,
thing?
I saw clips, but I didn't.
I couldn't.
Yeah, I just can't
couldn't.
watch
I'm
Kanye
done.
West pause for like 12
seconds. And, it was it was funny is
See, what is happening is in my spirit, I feel blessed. I'm like, yo, Kanye, I can't. I cannot. Joe Rogan just looking at him like,
when you got that look where you're like, okay, I see a thought nah, gone. No.
I do like that he was composed though. So I might give it a try.
I just feel like I just don't want Kanye talking for us anymore. Or
He ain't
talk.
he ain't talking for me.
He ain't talking for me, but he talking. And a lot of his talking, it just be like the ramble. It's like it was fun for a while, the rants, but now it's just kind of like we need real people like that really about something and that's gonna stick behind it. That's the thing I can't stand with Kanye is he's jumping on a new train every day. Every day he's doing something new, and I'm like,
Kanye is not a lead. He's not passionate enough about what, at least from what I see, what people are passionate about.
Yeah.
For him to like lead in that way.
To lead, okay.
He has things that he's passionate about that we've seen, fashion, that has always been his passion. Music has always been his passion. So he could be revolutionary in those spaces.
Yeah, but
in another space where it comes to, the world as a global entity, I don't know if I'm interested in seeing Kanye run that.
Yeah, it's just if you don't have the discipline to actually do the research to know what you're talking about when you're doing these things, like to even have an idea.
I just always wonder.
I don't
like,
take you seriously.
These people, right?
Mm-hmm.
That are not politicians. Why is it always the wrong people that are not politicians? Because I fuck with that idea of like having somebody that is not not that like bought into politics, because then you're not gonna be tied down by your parties. So I do fuck with that idea, but it's always lunatics that we be looking at.
Son.
Who we look at like reasonable people to do this job?
Yeah, like
I would like that.
Well, the thing is, the lunatics are the ones that have the confidence to get it done. That's really what it is. It's always those lunatics like the Trumps and the Kanyes.
They believe that they can get it done.
So and then they have the money, so that doesn't, that always helps.
Yeah.
So it's one of those things where it's just like I remember having people like certain people would talk to me about things. I'd be like, nah, I don't know if I could do this, or like they'd be like, yo, why don't you try this? Like when people do that to me, why don't you try this? And I'm just like, that sounds crazy. But I'm like, I wish I had the confidence to get up and just go do that thing. So it's like that's what they have the confidence. So I got to give them that. You just the wrong people for the job.
They're not
You just
the
not
right
it.
ones at all.
Is anything else going that you know about?
Nah. That's going on right now?
Nah, man. But something did happen this week. A few days ago, I believe I found out a good friend of ours actually passed away. His name was Dame.
Yeah.
And I wanted to say R.I.P. to him.
Rest in peace, bro.
And I hate that. I don't know why, but I have a thing against the whole hearts and prayers thing. I always just feel like you're not really doing nothing, but like I understand it now that it hit home. So it's like, my hearts and prayers go out to his family.
Yeah.
He had a daughter, and unfortunately, from what's being said is, or from allegedly what happened is he took his own life. That's not it's kind of like the known thing.
Yeah.
What is your first memories of Dame?
My first memory of Dame, I always tell like this whenever like people, because I've had a conversation about how I got to know Dame. We knew Dame from like when we was like 18, 19.
Yeah, we was young as hell when we met Dame.
I never liked him. I did not like Damien for mad long. I thought he was this person that was like arrogant, full of himself. But one day a mutual friend of ours sent me to like go link up with him to do something, and I went to his house, and he ended up inviting me in, and we chilled for like 3-4 hours, listening to music, drinking, talking, and we had a conversation. And I told him like, what my thoughts were like of him prior to that.
Mm-hmm.
And his reaction to that made me just like respect him so much more at that point. Like I was like, oh shit, like
What did you say?
I was like, yo, bro, I did not like you for like, man. He totally understood where I was coming from.
Mm-hmm.
He totally understood. He's like, yo, he even told me, he was like, yo, you were not the first person that told me that. And from then on, like, my boy, him, they like lived like in the same place. So every time I would go there, we going out, I would go be like, yo, come through, link up.
Yeah.
And from there, we started like, having a good relationship. I even did like a photo shoot for him, which was weird as hell because I was trying to, I put like my camera up for sale. So I went into the memory card and his picture was like one of the first pictures that I saw in the camera.
In the camera,
yeah.
yeah.
It was weird because I hadn't used it for a while. So the memory card,
yeah.
I was like, wow. And then this week, I come back and hear that. But nah, they was when I got to know him, I was like, okay, this dude has like a lot more substance to him than like, what he put out. Like,
before. I remember he was the first person. Well, I remember one really. It was a really good memory I remember of him when we went out, and it was like it's like you said. At first, I wasn't a big Dame fan.
Yeah.
When the first time I met him, we were going to New Rochelle. We were going to an arcade, and we was like, you know what I mean? We about to turn up. I remember he was cool then.
Yeah.
Then right after that, I don't know. He got real. Like he's the first time I ever held a bottle. To be completely honest, because people don't know bottle service wasn't a thing when I was growing up.
You went young as hell back then.
You went to the bar, but it wasn't even young. Even older people, bottle service wasn't a thing. You had to be the rich to have bottles. Normally, even upper middle class didn't do bottles. You still went to the bar. So when I saw him doing bottles, I was like, wow, you can do it like this? Like they can send it to you like directly? Why would they do that? I was so shocked. And I remember feeling like the richest nigga in the world, and I was broke as hell. And he was wearing I remember he was wearing a Purple Label white tee.
The richest nigga with another man money.
Listen, man, it was a feeling, all right? I felt that. I remember being like, this is where I need to be. This is where I need to be for the rest of my life. Yeah. But I remember there was like, and then it was just like you said, there was a situation that occurred where like after some time, I hadn't seen him for a while, and then when I did see him again, which is around the same time you saw him, we had a conversation where I was just like, wow, like, I didn't expect this of you.
I was so
I'm
shocked.
not gonna lie. I did not like. I can't, and I'm one of those people that I don't write people off. If you show me that you somebody you deeper or you different than what I thought, I'm gonna go with that. But I was one of those people that's just like, but I don't need to talk to you if we don't talk. Yeah. But then when we spoke, and it was like it almost gave me hope. Because it was like there was so many people that were pompous and jerks back in the days when I was growing up but they still are. Like when I see them till this day, they're pompous assholes, or they're still kind of giving that I'm better, I'm cooler thing. And he stopped. Yeah. And I remember being like, wow, that
he has some growth to him over time.
You know what I mean?
I really, bro, we ended up chilling. I didn't want to go to meet him. We ended up chilling for like 4 hours.
Son, I think I remember this day. I think I remember. I showed up.
I had to go high. I was like, yo, we ended up like actually like chilling and talking about everything. Like,
bruh, I remember one day we were at a club. We went to PS 450, and there was a girl that was trying to talk to you, but I don't think she tried to talk. She was trying to literally speak words, and I'm not gonna lie, she was a little heavy set.
She was trash.
Okay,
no
thank
offense.
you.
It wasn't. She was trash.
She was trash. She was not a good looking woman. And Obi and me and Obi was kind of like she was talking to Obi, so I was like, I'm gonna keep pushing. And Obi kind of was like one word in her, and I remember Dame being like, "Yo, don't do that." He's like, "Don't do." He said, "Yo, I mean, you don't gotta bag it, but don't make her feel less than because you don't want to talk to her."
He was totally right with that.
And I was like,
I was like, I actually respect that.
I respect that. I was like, yeah, like
because I'm like, I don't want to make her feel bad either.
That wasn't
that interesting.
Exactly, that wasn't your intention, but. It brought something to mind. I was like, I didn't even think.
It gave a perspective.
Exactly. So,
and I was like, you know what, you're right.
Yeah. So just R.I.P. to him. It was really when I heard it, I was like, I had to register it. Yeah. Because a friend of mine called me and told me like, yo, it was he told me like he knows somebody from the Freeport Police and they told him what happened, and I was just like, what? Like, it's one of those things that. It's like you don't. It's like you don't know you're gonna miss someone, and then when they're gone, you're just like, this was a person that, you know what I mean, that I used to hang with, I used to see all the time. And then you start thinking like, wow, I've known him for a long time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I will say, unfortunately, from what's being alleged, he did, you know, it seems like he committed suicide. It's just, you know, it's sad, but it's like, I wonder, like, what was he, like, what was the last, like, that thought? Like, when, like, I always come from it, when I hear about someone that does something like that, I always think, like, what made you choose today? Like, what, did something happen?
Yeah. You know, I think about it as like just a person. You know, I'm like, that gotta be the hardest decision to make. So I just, you know, I try to think about it in a logical mindset. I don't know what mindset these like people that, you know, feel like they get to that level where they are at, because they could be in a totally different mindset.
Yeah.
But I'm like, this is something you kind of have to build up like a courage to do.
Yeah.
You know, because people fail at it all the time.
Yeah.
You know, so it's something where it has to have been sitting in your mind
for some time.
A real long time before you actually decide to like execute it. And you know, it's 2020. It's been a really, really rough year. People are struggling mentally, you know, in this time. Like it's a time where I feel like a lot of us have kind of gone through a low period.
Yeah.
I remember during quarantine, people had very low periods, whether it was at the start of quarantine, whether it was at the middle of quarantine, whether it was like later on when we realized, okay, normal life isn't coming back anytime soon. You know, I feel like I had conversations with people, and even myself, there was a point where like I hit where I was like, yo, like I feel like down over like a lot of shit right now. You know? So
I would say that the one thing, so I watched like, I don't know if it was a documentary, but it was some kind of series, and it was saying that, you know how there's a lot of people that jump off the Golden Gate Bridge, and there's very few that survive. If at that distance,
motherfuckers survive.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah. And there was a documentary about them, the ones that survive. Now, a lot of people, what's messed up is the reason why they don't survive is because when they land, they break so many things, they just drown. And some people just die upon impact. But the ones that survived always said, right before landing in the water, or right as they jumped off, while they were falling, they always said they regretted it. And it's like, imagine falling and knowing it's about to end, and you regret it last second. Like, it's like, you know what I mean? It's such a sad.
It's and you know, we're all going through something. Every single one of us is going through something, and a lot of us do not allow our problems to be known. Sometimes we might even push people away when we're going through something. I'm like that. Like whenever I'm struggling with things, I tend to like kind of isolate myself more during that time. You know, luckily I've never been in a bad situation where I feel like hopeless or helpless. I feel like you always
had a way.
I bounce back. I feel like I have a great support system around me. You know, just things that kind of make me feel that there's a positive direction. But you know, sometimes people have actual like mental issues that you may not know about. It might seem like a very normal person to you, you know, but it's different. So, you know, we just got to learn to consider the people we have around us more. There was something I used to see that I hated. I hate people that I always see this on social media where it's like, oh, if you didn't reach out to me, forget about you. You know what I'm talking about?
I remember that. I'm so glad they stopped that.
I do not like stuff like, I'm like, yo, you do not know where the next person is mentally or what that person is going through.
It's like, it's so arrogant of you to consider the fact that if you didn't reach out to me during this time, I'm like,
now that person may be struggling too, and that may be their crap. But you know, there's other you could actually get help in that process. You know, there's actual healthy help you could get.
Well, I mean, for me, I will say that my experience is not 100% the same as yours. I have been at rock bottom. I have been in situations where I feel like I'm kind of hopeless. And I feel like a lot of people don't understand that, like, with the concept of rock bottom, I guess it varies amongst person, but you just feel like every direction you step is shit. It's like any direction you're going, you don't know, it's not going right, or it's dark. And I remember when I was in my most depressed stage, I remember thinking, like, if either At the time, the three things I was thinking about was either if I could get a girl that I really like, if I could get a job like that I want, like a job making enough money to get me out the situation I'm in, or if I could get the ball rolling on my dream. And then that was the ball running on my dream, and that was what this is, the podcast. This was right before we decided to do this. And I remember really being like, damn, if any of those things can happen, because it just felt like nothing was hitting. No matter what I did, everything was like it just wasn't working out. And then I got to a point when I realized, like, I was like, damn, I really do not have control over a lot of the situations I'm in, it was because I'm stupid. It was my own decisions got me there, but I felt like I don't know how I'm gonna get out. But I remember always thinking there's no other option. Like there's no other option. You can't give up. You got to keep going.
We don't have control of anything. All we got control of is our actions and reactions. That's really all we have control over. Anything, the results. And there's things if you continue to put in your hours, the likeliness of failing is going to become slimmer.
Yep. Exactly. Luck favors the prepared.
Yeah, you gotta stay prepared. But that's all we could do is our part.
But I do remember during that time always feeling like, keep smiling. Don't let people see this. That was something that, and I think about when I heard the news. That's what I think about when I think about like how it affected, like how I went through it. And I remember being like, don't let nobody see this. Don't let no. And a lot of people feel like, yo, when I get out, I'm gonna be twice as strong, which is the truth. If you can get out of like a really rock bottom situation, it almost feels like every other. It's like working out. After working out legs, when you're done being sore, walking up the stairs seems like nothing. When you just, when you just squatted, I don't know, 155 or whatever that is for you, like nothing. Everything else seems easier. So I always felt like I feel like right now I'm almost bulletproof because of my dumbass and all the dumbass decisions I've made over my life. I've learned to get out of bad situations and know that this isn't it. Like I'm not gonna be surrounded by darkness. It's not. I'm not in a bat cave. I can get out. But there are people that don't see the end.
Their challenge is a little bit different.
It's a little different. But the one thing I felt like, I just felt like, couldn't he have talked to someone? Was there no like that? That's what really bothers. Because the last time I spoke to him, his daughter FaceTimed my daughter.
Oh, word. That's beautiful.
Like they had a little FaceTime play date. That was his idea. Because it was quarantine, I'm like, we don't know what's going on, But his daughter FaceTime my daughter. I remember they're on the phone and she's over here showing her makeup set. And then Aria's coming to me like, Daddy, I want a makeup set. Oh, no. Dame, take it away. Take it away. I don't want my daughter seeing that. I don't got no time, son. I don't got no time. I'm not trying to make no kid case. And he laughed. He's laughing. And we talking in the background. And it was just it was nice. You know what I mean? It was nice. But I do remember when I asked him to come to an event, like, he seemed very, I don't know. He didn't want to be out. But I didn't think nothing of it. I just thought, because I will say, though, sometimes I talked to him and things felt a little weird. I will not pretend. Not weird like this action, but it just felt off. And then it made me feel like, did I not do enough? Because he always reached out to me when he wanted to talk. He always did. And and this is what I want to take from it. I have a bad habit of if you don't reach out to me, I'm not reaching out to you. And it's not on no beef and shit. It's not like I'm too good. I'm not Sadiddy. My life just be busy.
I don't reach out to people that much that I gotta remember sometimes. Like
there's certain people. There's certain people.
I'll be remembering like, let me just. And I'm never like, oh, you haven't hit me, so let me not hit you. The only reason I would ever do that is if like I'm like, you really never like I've given it some chances where it's like, you back, really don't.
So clearly you don't want to talk.
Maybe,
I did what I could.
Yeah.
But it's like that. For me, it's not that if I don't hit you, if you don't hit me, I'm not hitting you. It's just like it's like the way life is. A lot of times, it's what's in your line of sight.
Yeah, and we're all very, very busy people.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Everybody has their own goals. Everybody got their own worries. Everybody got their own situation.
This is why I don't go ahead.
This is like I said before. Do not be offended by stuff like that. But you also gotta keep in mind who your friends are and what their patterns are.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the thing is like, I felt like something was off, but it wasn't. He had separated himself several times. He seemed distant.
Yeah.
He had disappeared a couple times. So whenever he came back around, he would be posting. Within days, I'm getting a hit up. And I remember within days of those posts, I'm getting a hit up.
I remember the last last time I spoke to him, he actually called me over like some like we were talking like sports. I think he saw me some like
Yes,
like,
yeah.
so we had like a whole debate about the fucking Knicks.
And
Yo,
first of all,
we're some fucking
that's
losers.
nasty. If y'all debating over the Knicks,
Over the fucking Knicks.
ain't no debate. We know what that is.
We were like, yo, they just trash, bro.
If y'all debating over the Knicks,
But I think it was right before COVID, because this was like some months before, but then right before COVID, there's like a little show I listened to, and he called up to it. So I texted him. I was like, oh shit, like I heard when you called, and I was like, just to let you know, like I actually agreed with like all your points. That's what because we was like disagreed a lot. So
during the.
I let him know that like when I heard what he was saying, I was like, I actually agree with all those points.
Okay.
Then my birthday came around. He hit me up, said, gave me good wishes during my birthday and everything. But
it's just, I don't know, man. It's hard not to do the thing where you go, did I not do enough?
Yeah.
Like it's hard not to do like I've never been the type of person to blame myself for other people's actions. Like if you did that, that was something you clearly were going through. But
it's deeper than that.
It is, but
it's
yeah,
a lot deeper than that.
This one makes me feel like you did reach out to me, and I reached back. And sometimes I hit him and he wouldn't answer.
Yeah.
And anytime he reached out, it was never like, yo, I'm busy right now, I can't.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
anytime he reached out, I'm like, yo, I haven't heard from this nigga in months. What you doing, my nigga? Where we at? Where we at? Let's go. You the first person to put a bottle in my hand. You broke me into this bottle life. You showed me better things, my nigga. Let's go. Let me tell you, let's go out. Let's do something.
This nigga Reggie really values this bottle.
That was a very important moment in my life. Fuck you, bro. Like I've never felt so rich.
Man.
You know what I mean?
I get.
And he gave me that. Whether he even, like I said, he was high sedity at the time, so he didn't even really care. I don't think he realized how much that meant to me at that time. You know what I mean? So, but it meant something to me. So at the end of the day, whether you knew or you didn't, you had an impact. So, and I just felt like, and he was just, and I remember he was like the leader of his team. Like the dude, everybody had a team. You know what I mean? And his team was like the Brolic niggas with the tight shirts. You know what I mean? You remember?
They was bad buff.
Bad buff. They would end up in every club, no shirt on.
Bro,
Yo,
what's up with y'all?
yo, bro, we are at brunch. You cannot do this. You are sweating on their eggs.
Yo.
Like he used to come through with no shirt on and shit. And I always used to be like, man, if I was Brolic, I'd do the same thing.
And then he became like super vegan and was like in shape in
And
another
then,
way.
yo, you know what's crazy? So he went from like one giant Hulk-like muscle, right? He was like 6'3", 6'4", and he was Brolic. And then he lost a lot of weight. Now, I didn't know, like people would have thought it was like a depressed thing. I'm not sure if that was the reason because he did disappear before he lost the weight. But when he came back, he was in shape.
I mean, I saw the nigga frying onions.
Exactly.
I was like, bro, so this is what you about to eat?
Whether you,
So I was like,
bro, I got to do better.
I was like, I can't do this vegan
As I
thing,
walked up with my
man.
chicken wings.
Nah, I remember him and the other Damien.
Yeah.
They was always talking about like, eating right and all
Yeah,
that.
And I just remember like him losing the weight, but then I was like, you're healthy though. He was jogging. Like he was, all the time, so I felt like
he had a fucking weights in his
in his
driveway.
Yeah, they was mad rusty. You could have died from cutting your hand on that, but you
could get a workout in,
but you get a good workout though. You know what I mean? Rust add weight. And I remember like seeing him and being like, I'm just glad, I'm just glad he actually was able to get through that. And, and that, cause I remember him disappearing before that. And I guess like I miss you, man. I miss you, Dame. And I want to say like, thank you for all the good.
We got to tell you that.
Yeah, man. I wish, it's one of those times where it's like, I wish I could have, I don't know, said something. I wish I could have said something. Like sometimes I've had those dark times where someone just say one thing and it just makes my whole day.
Yeah.
And I wish someone had given you that word, that speech, that phrase. Cause we miss you, man, and to his brother and his
Shout out to
daughter,
your family.
to his
Whole
family,
mother, daughter, father,
guys,
brothers.
reach out, man. We're here. We're willing to talk to y'all. Just everybody, man. It's all love. You know what I mean? If y'all going through it right now, don't be afraid.
Yeah,
like don't be afraid. Talk to somebody. Stop with this being too cool
and
thing.
if you need therapy, get therapy, please.
Please,
All right?
please, guys. But that's it for today, right?
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, man, it's all love out here. With common folk.
Smash that like button.
You know what to do.
Subscribe, share with your friends.
Please. And we out.